My name is Priti Joshi. I am the VP of Strategy here at Bumble. Bumble was founded in 2014 as a dating platform. Also founded and rooted in the idea of women make the first move, women should be empowered to form equal connections across their love life. Fast forward to probably 2 years later, our users were hacking Bumble Date and were basically saying, hey, I found the love of my life, I found my boyfriend, my girlfriend, but now I'm looking for friends. Who wants to go for a run with me? Who wants to work out? Who wants to, hang out with our dogs together? And so we saw that happening more and more often and said, okay, if our users are looking for this, we've got to create a separate space for them to do that. And so we created Bumble BFF in 2016. And then actually a year after that, we saw users continuing to hack both Date and BFF for professional relationships. And so then we launched Bumble Biz in 2017. And so now when you want to access date mode, BFF mode, or biz mode, you download the Bumble app and then you can decide what mode you want to be in.
And do you guys have numbers on success? Do you follow along on social media? How do you know the success of are people finding their friends?
Yeah, so the most important thing for everybody in this building is hearing these success stories because it gets all of us so excited about the relationships and the connections that are forming and that we're helping to form. So what's really exciting about Bumble BFF is that there have been 35 million friendships that have formed since the inception of BFF around the world. And then on top of that, 200 million messages sent. 200 million times somebody said, I want to connect with somebody else to form a platonic friendship. How cool is that?
That's really cool. Yeah. Do you, people say it all the time that it's hard to make friends as adults. I mean, as kids, you're the same size as this person, so boom, you're friends.
Right.
That's got to be the case with the numbers, right?
Yeah. We do see that a lot in our user base, those who are active on Bumble BFF. We actually see that the age band that tends to be the most active is that 23 to 30-year-old group. And it's that sweet spot of, I'm not really in college anymore. I don't have that built-in network or community that I see all of the time or that I see in a classroom or, I see on campus. And typically, these individuals are moving to new cities potentially for their new jobs or to start the new chapter of their life or the next chapter of their life. So we see that a lot of our users are kind of right in that sweet spot. And typically, they're looking for other people to then go and explore that city with. So, hey, does somebody want to go check out Lake Austin? Or does somebody want to go to, the bar method down the street? Or does somebody want to go check out the new restaurant that just opened? That's kind of what they're looking for, especially as they're exploring these new cities together.
Yeah. Do you guys offer tips for people when they're trying
100%.
Okay.
Absolutely. So one of the things that I get to do in my job is look at all of the data essentially and understand what makes a profile jump out and pop. And so some of the things that are really, really important, most important is to make sure that you're including photos of yourself. And something like 3 to 6 photos, more than one is always good, basically, because it helps to show variety and it helps to show you in multiple different lights. Within those photos, making sure that it's crystal clear who you are versus who maybe some of the other people in those photos may be. Are they your friends? Are they your family? Are they your significant other? Important to note that this is the human that I'm trying to connect with. But then also really important is within our profile, there's something called badges. And those badges are kind of like little signs that indicate a little bit more information about you. And so it's important to fill those out. And those badges range they include everything. Height, they include horoscopes, they include exercise. Do you like to exercise? Do you not like to exercise? Pets, they kind of identify. And so filling out as many of the badges as you can then helps other people basically say, oh, I have similar interests. I should also swipe right and get to know this person. What's wonderful is that you can fill out your profile, and then if you see other profiles that you're like, ooh, I should include that information, or, oh, I just took a really great selfie and I want to change my picture. Really, really easy to do, and so you can always evolve your profile as well. So whatever mode is open on your app is the mode that you show up in. But what we see a lot of is our users have already found love, likely using Bumble Date, and so they're ready to turn date mode off or hide date mode. And so what you can do is when you're selecting the modes, actually hit the X in date mode, and it turns date mode off completely, also gives you a timestamp for accountability purposes of, yes, when we define that relationship, I turn date mode off on Bumble, and then it's not a part of your ecosystem or part of your app at all, and then you can play between Bumble BFF and Bumble Biz.